Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not new, welcome back. For those of you who have just tuning in, my name is Libby. I do a bunch of different content from mental health awareness, what I eat in a day, do stuff on like Bachelor Nation or any recent things in the news, do pug stuff, vlogs, I do everything. So definitely don't forget to hit the subscribe button and notification bell. Today, I'm doing something because I was reading something on my computer and a sentence was on there that just really stuck out to me and I feel like really needs to be addressed. I just feel like this is such a good video. I took my rings off to do dishes and forgot to put them back on, and I don't want to move because Ezra was sleeping and comfy, so that's why I don't have them on for this video. So don't be like, why doesn't she have her rings on? Anyway, so the sentence I want to talk about, for those of you who might just be joining for the first time, is I was diagnosed at 18 with an eating disorder called anorexia. Obviously, there are many types of eating disorders, but the one I was specifically diagnosed with at 18 was anorexia, and I had been dealing with it a lot longer than that, but that was when I was officially diagnosed. And I've been dealing with it now for 8 years since I was officially it's been 8 years since I was officially diagnosed, but I've been dealing with it since, like, eating disorder, like, thoughts and stuff in my head since I was in preschool kindergarten, so about 5. And one of the sentences that stuck out to me is addiction is chronic and progressive. It tends to get worse over time. Family members who wait for an addicted family member to get better generally are severely disappointed. So that sentence, like, family members who wait for, I just need to break it down. So the first part is addiction is chronic and progressive. So true. So very, very true. For those of you who may not have anyone that they know deals with an eating disorder, an eating disorder is an addiction. It is an addiction. Like, it really is. And it is chronic, and it's progressive. It's something that if it's not dealt with, will turn from a little tiny seed that may be just an innocent thought, like a just innocent, not innocent, but just a fleeting little thing that comes up. One little thing can grow and grow and grow and grow until the person ends up dead. And that's just straightforward. Like, I'm being for real honest. Like, eating disorders are deadly. Like, it's straight up. Like, there's no getting around that. I almost died from mine. I know people who have died from it. I know people who almost died from it too. Like, it's a big thing. And it's progressive. Like, we talked many times in treatment about the snowball effect because it's so relatable to an eating disorder. It is progressive, just like that snowball effect, until the snowball gets bigger and 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 bigger, and it will. Like, that is just what happens. It starts with maybe just one, you may do one little behavior, and then turns into, oh, if I do it this time, I can do it again, and you do it again and again, and then maybe you add another behavior in. Like, it's that snowball effect. And then the other part of the sentence is families who wait for an addicted family member to get better generally are severely disappointed. And I think that is such a true statement. I learned over my time, and I don't think it's not even family members. I think anyone around the person in general. Like, I had to have many people step into my life and many people in my life step in and say, girl, no. We ain't gonna sit by and watch this happen. You need some help. Because, like, I wouldn't have gotten help by myself. I wouldn't have gotten help. And if I wouldn't have gotten help, I wouldn't have gotten better, and I straight up would have died from my eating disorder. And that is just the honest truth. Like, the honest truth. I had doctors and medical staff step in and put their foot down. I was court-ordered. I had an intervention with my family where they literally, a handful of my family members sat down with me and said, yo, no. Like, I'm not kidding. It's not just one or two. There was like 7 of them. 7, 8? I lost count. Like, there's no just, I think it's because it's so addictive that, like, the eating disorder makes you gives you a false sense of feeling good and feeling okay. And that causes you to want to keep doing it because it's serving a good purpose. It's so addictive. It makes you feel good. It makes you get rid of some of these terrible hard emotions you're dealing with. Like, it gets rid of some anxiety you may feel. It seems like it's serving a purpose. It seems like it's serving you amazingly. It gives you that false sense of being this lifesaver, God-sent thing when it's slowly killing you. Straight up. But it gives you that false sense, as I said. So sometimes, like, I mean, I have been doing behaviors for such a long time and in my eating disorder, and it took a medical professional to say, this is what you have, and what you're doing is not normal. Like, and sometimes people don't even know, like, what they're doing is not normal. And so how are they going to get better if someone doesn't speak up? So I think that's one thing too, is like some family members are afraid to speak up, and I can understand that. Being on the end of the person who was the addicted person, or the person who had the addiction, in a sense, I can understand after talking to family members how traumatic it is to speak up, and how scary it can be, how frustrating, how stressful, how emotional it can be. And it's hard. I can understand that. Obviously, I've never been in that perspective, like in that shoe, but like after talking to my husband, my sister, and my loved ones, like I can see, in a sense, I can try to see from that perspective and understand. And I think that something people need to know is, like, sometimes it's like we have blinders on, and it's just, we're literally so controlled. I mean, I'm just going to say this straight up. I have to take responsibility. I can't just blame it all on my eating disorder. I let my eating disorder take control of me. I let it control me and take such a big grasp on me, because that's what addiction does. It takes this firm hold on you that is like, has a firmer grasp than security of the president. Like, I kid you not. Like, it's binding. Like, it's like, so that way, if you even think about going out of its grasp or out of its control, it feels like you're suffocating and dying, and it, like, the world is ending. So I think that's one thing that's also hard, is like, I was in such a denial that I was as bad as I was. Like, I thought I was doing way better than I actually was, so that I didn't need help, because I thought I was doing all Gucci. Like, I kid you not, I thought I was doing fan-flippin-tastic. but I wasn't. Trust me, I wasn't. So that's also another thing, is sometimes with addiction, it's hard to tell with the eating disorder, with the addictions, with eating disorders being an addiction, sometimes it's hard to tell how far we've gone and how bad we really truly are from a non-biased, non-addicted, non-affected view. Because we're so entranced in our illness and addiction that we don't comprehend. We don't realize we're literally killing ourselves. And some people might say, oh, eating disorders aren't addiction. Like, what are you talking about? That's like with drugs and alcohol. No, honey bunny. No. Eating disorders are addiction. It has literally been proven that eating disorders, like, pretty much affect the brain in the same way an addiction does. In the sense of, like, it just controls you and it just lures you and it just, all you can think about, you just need more of it and more of it, and you just, it's what you use to cope, and it's what you use for comfort, and it just starts to control your life. Just like drugs and alcohol do for people who are addicted to that. So that's my little tangent with reading this quote. It was so relatable, it hit me. So, thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe. Love you all.